think we're live again.
Department manager if he wants it.
Alright, we are back live?
Allegedly?
The stream is like completely dead, so I think we have to move to a new one. I've got like the suggested next videos up now.
It should be back now.
Is it back now?
Yeah, you just have to open the phone.
Alright, are we back?
I've got a 2 minute and 14
Oh,
seconds.
yeah, no, never mind. It's a new one.
Testing.
We've got a new live link.
Yeah, you just have to click the live again.
Okay, so we are up?
Should be.
Cool. Okay, alright. So yeah, okay. Brand new projectors and projector screens that are bigger and lighter and will work better in the rooms. Very excited about all of those. And we're also, pertinent to that last hiccup, we're also going to be rebuilding the staff meeting technology so that we have better technology to work with. That's going to be pairing with a lot of video productions upgrades. Good. You can prove it next one. Yeah, hopefully, if we get it all in by then. Other notes from staffing, as always, please fill out the Evently if you haven't already. Please double check your Evently approval. Once you get that, that contains the link to the new Discord and instructions on what to do in that new Discord. Please make sure to check that out. And from logistics, Sean has requested that any department with basically any amount of inventory that isn't directly inventory, you need to go to the locker and meet with him and determine what's actually going to go to Detour this year and what isn't, what can get tossed or thrown away or set aside or things like that, or even potentially used for other departments. We ended up bringing a lot more junk last year that we didn't end up needing or using. So we're trying to figure that all out ahead of time to make our load in and load out a lot more smooth.
And yeah, if you haven't heard this from a previous meeting, basically if you don't do that with logistics switched on, then don't necessarily expect anything to come to the con for your department. So make sure you do that before the convention.
At the
Just
wrong
work
one.
as do not bring until approved otherwise.
Yes. Alright. Operations, we got yeah, we can go to the
Thanks for the money.
to the Department of Operations and silly hats, I mean bad ribbons.
Thanks for the money.
Always appreciated. On the topic of bad ribbons, I have samples here today if anyone wants to see stuff. I'm gonna try to bring these to future meetings as well so that you can see samples of what bad ribbon like colors look like, what some of the imprints look like. I'm gonna try to collect more of ones that I know what color the imprint and ribbon are to add to that little library. If you have questions about bad ribbons, please talk to me. If you have questions about whether your bad ribbon's appropriate, please talk to the people at front of the room. That's not my decision. I work on them after they've decided it's appropriate.
Okay. I mean, I think everything but the word cornhole is appropriate.
What if you have a cornhole tournament?
Do you not know that story? Alright, later. Alright. Anything actual operations or just bad ribbons?
Pretty much just that. I don't think we have really anything started up yet.
Cool.
Need staff, but that's always.
Yeah.
True.
I guess I had our bathroom for accessibility.
Anybody else accessibility?
No.
Okay.
Clarissa, do we have anything for registration right now?
Well, I got the budget, so we'll be getting everything for registration.
Cool. Volunteer comm suite,
Yeah, definitely need more staff because I have 6, including me. And if you haven't filled out the, there's a little survey, I can relink it, but it should be in the Discord somewhere.
Is it in the forms directory?
It's in the forms channel.
It is,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's in all the places it should be.
Okay, cool.
And that will be super helpful for me as a first-time head of Consuite, especially. And yeah, make sure that you keep in mind that each department is going to be getting their own personal drinks and snacks type thing because I'm going to cut back on that in the Consuite section.
Yeah, most of that should have been built into most department budgets.
Yeah, I think almost everybody did budget for it, so
Yep.
pretty good.
We've been made from Artist Alley and or Exhibit Hall here.
I know they are meeting on the 2nd for the next round of jury selections. We are done with the first part. So many artists.
Yeah.
Good.
That's the question. I don't know if anybody's here, if I can or not, but I know with some of the other cons, not include AI?
Yeah, so I can actually answer that because I am on the jury. Power. So we actually go through every single artist. We do have it split so people are started in different sections to make sure every artist is looked at. I believe it is in when they apply. We do not allow AI art in any way, shape, or form, and we do look for it.
It's not that hard to figure out.
Yeah, it's not that hard to figure out. We did find a few, and they were immediately voted no. They didn't get a rejection, but we do go through to make sure that we find anything that should not be there.
Project.
No computer artists at our convention.
No AI.
That have stolen from a bunch of other people. Alright. Fire division. Not called that anymore.
You know what? It's fire division in my heart.
I don't see Jacob. Do you have any charities?
I don't have a charity update.
They are meeting frequently on the Discord,
Yes, they are.
semi-frequently. So
Yeah.
if you're interested, hit up the Discord.
Yeah. I believe they did pick a charity, but I will leave it for them to announce.
Yeah. Yeah, you have any video gaming at this point? No. Okay. Guest relation.
Oh my
I don't
god.
have any guest announcements, you can move on.
Rude.
No, we are pumping out guest announcements. It's great. I just sent in another one to be queued up to be announced during Twin Cities Con. So
Hey.
super excited. We have a lot of really good announcements coming up. And for programming, I will get you the panel suggestions that I do have this week.
In October.
This is still leaps and bounds from what we ever used to get, so,
When it was in February after it was due.
yeah.
I don't do that. I don't believe in that.
Cosplay. I don't see Rakia or Jess. Does
No.
anybody else know if they tested you recently?
Yeah, they talk about a lot.
Well, there's Jacob. He has
Just
a
a
shirt.
Sorry.
Jacob.
We need Gus call.
Oh! Okay. Cool. I was trying to find the meeting room.
That's
Okay, what am I missing anymore? Okay.
Do you have any announcements?
Yes, we are announcing the,
Let me shift over that.
okay, hi, sorry. Took me forever to find the meeting room, I'm sorry. We are announcing the charity for this year, it's going to be NAMI. So that's the big announcement for today, so cool, awesome. Also, everyone do pay attention in the Discord. We are soon going to be announcing, we're going to have the voting for next year's charity as well. If people have suggestions, I have to figure out how I'm going to do a suggestion thing for it, and I'm going to figure out when I'm going to do the actual meeting. I'm still working out the fine print on that, but I'm going to start opening up suggestions for that. Kind of the same process last year if people aren't aware of how I did that. Basically, you suggest a charity, I'm going to go through, it needs to be ideally a local one. We don't want to kind of do one that's going to be like, you know, not within Minnesota type deal, or one that's going to benefit Minnesota specifically. And then beyond that, I go through and I just make sure, hey, everything looks good on their financials and stuff like that. So please give me time when I do that, because, you know, it takes time to do that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that'll start popping up in the Discord on how I'm going to do that. And how I'm going to open up suggestions. I'm probably going to do a form this year because it was a little disorganized last year. I wasn't perfect. So yeah, cool. That's it.
Hey, hey. Alright, I assume nothing from tabletop DJ stuff?
No, it is still just working with our current partners. I think he has a few more tournament ideas. We will just see how that flushes out. DJ knows what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're gonna just skip graphic design?
What? No?
I'm just slide it on the side now.
Cosplays for halfway through.
No, I'm not. You just have too many partners. Room party.
Whose fault is that?
Room party. Is that Yoshi Echo or Jin?
Oh,
yes,
yes,
yes.
okay.
That's there.
So I have to stand by. So it looks like we got most of our budget approved. We're just lost, we would have preferred a little more money for buttons, but,
I'm
looks
right
like
here.
the majority of it was approved, so that's good. We do need updates. We need our form updated on our website. It looks like we still have the deadline from last year. The current deadline should be December 18th. There has been a request put in for the update on our website. And then we also need a social media post, which has not also been, has been requested, but has not been done. So,
Okay. Sounds good. I don't think any of the people that you were just talking to are here, but hopefully they will all join us. So, yeah, I don't know where Christina is, but we can relay that to her. Is she out of town somewhere?
If she's got an event or something like that.
Okay, yeah. Alright, graphic design.
Okay, there's a list.
I believe it.
I got a novel. Alright, so this month the form will be going out to ensure that they have all the correct information for the program guide. Once the form goes live, please review last year's information and make any necessary changes. To maintain a clear brand identity, please use only art and graphics of the mascots and from the graphic design department. If you have any questions about this, please contact Graphic Design and they will work with you together to find a solution. Please submit art requests through the art request form, which can be found in the forms directory. They will only accept requests made on that form. If you try to email them, they will ignore you.
Yes, you can talk to them directly after you submit the form to work out any details and such, but yeah, do not try to start your request by Discord, by email, by anything besides their form.
Deadlines for submitting your requests are December 31st for any large projects and February 28th for small projects. To ensure you have enough lead time, if you need art for manufactured products like trophies or merchandise, they do recommend that you submit your request by mid-November.
Which is not very long from now.
Yeah,
Turns out anything that needs to be printed or created does take longer than you would think it would. So.
You don't know if it's a small project or a big project, consider it a big project. Just get it in earlier rather than later.
And then marketing. We just had a meeting with marketing, so I was there. So it was mostly just sort of a process meeting, trying to get a few things nailed down, and nothing all that exciting. But yeah, I do think we're trying to get things to flow a little bit more easily. I did compile from every other department's task lists. Anyone that said, we know we're going to have social media updates, they have all of those now. That was part of the point of the task list, was that, departments talk to each other, and, maybe I help them do that. So that has been done for social media. It hasn't been done for every other sort of interdepartmental thing, but I hope to find some time to do that if my job can stop killing me. So that actually does look fairly likely in like next year.
You just jinxed yourself,
I understand. Okay. Programming.
Not a ton right now, we're still working through some of our, act stuff, so that's kind of what's been going on lately. But we will start ramping up, a couple things soon. I know I had mentioned previously that the deadline for programming submissions was being moved back a couple weeks to January 15th, so we're just going to keep trying to get that information out there. Likewise, I think this year I'm going to change the deadline for the A&B contest a little bit earlier to give our group some time to go through all the submissions, because we had a lot last year. So.
Yeah. And it's nice, so we have time to watch them like 4 times a week.
I know, so that's what's going on in our world currently.
Cool. All right. Merch, I think. Oh, I see volunteers.
She sent a message in the chat that they just needed more staff. She only has 5, and she'd like to have at least 5 more if they
I think I potentially found 2 for her at Nebraska.
Sweet. So, yeah. Volunteers is cool. Join them. It's kind of weird to be staff for volunteers, but it makes sense. That's why.
Volunteer staff, volunteers.
Yeah. But we don't call that volunteer. Don't confuse me. Merch, I know, was generally, as their plan, and needed their budget approved before they start buying stuff, which makes sense, so I think that's where they are. Facilities, MK has been absolutely killing it. I don't know if they are here, but I've been talking to them all the time, because there's a lot to work out there. So yeah, I know that things are moving forward, and we have a pretty neat announcement about how that's moving forward later in this slide. So stay tuned for 5 minutes. And then photography. I haven't heard from Danny too much this year. But
We'll probably do that to see some.
yeah. Okay. I trust him. I just
I
need
don't
to
think he had us getting more than contract photographers he mentioned something about, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, he has his one that he definitely goes to, and then he's looking for like a second. Yeah.
Danny's pronouns stay down.
What's that?
Aren't Danny's pronouns stay down?
eBay.
Oh.
Alright, ATC announcements, we still don't have Christina, Hope, do you know anything?
No, we approved budgets,
Yeah.
which is always a plus. And I don't think there's too much on the docket. There's Twin Cities Con in November, and then there's also Colossal Con North in November.
Okay.
But Ally can talk more about that if
Yeah,
she
Ally-
really wants to, but.
Are we tabling, we're tabling both of those,
We're
right?
tabling both of those, there's not much more to say about that.
Yeah.
We have full teams for both of them, yay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
Jeanette or Dave, treasurer or FOA announcements?
A new fiscal year has started, so the sooner you start submitting receipts for your purchases, the better.
Yeah. Dave, anything else?
What?
Okay. And then committee announcements, Main State hasn't met again since the last meeting, so I don't think there's too much there, we probably should have another meeting.
There will be
soon.
a
We have
meeting
one on the books, don't we? We have something planned?
I don't think so.
Okay.
My work's been also killing me, so I haven't had a chance to.
There you go. Game committee did have another meeting, working out a few interdepartmental things. But otherwise, there's a slide in here too later, but also looking for a couple more people if you are interested, but we do have the basics of the game, which last year was very specifically a puzzle game because of the spy theme, and there's probably gonna be a few more things slightly different, but we're working all of that out, as we go. Dave?
I wanted to report to you,
Yeah.
you're on the games committee, right?
Yeah.
That I had a group of 6 people bothering me at Anime Fusion, wanting to know if you're going to have another game
Hey.
this year.
Yes.
They bother me too.
Alright. Got like most of the games in this room. Alright.
Speaking of which.
Okay. Admins, I'm not gonna do too much reading of this, very much live course. But please do get a department admin if your department does not yet have an admin. Again, we are trying to spread out the responsibilities as much as possible. I would like to see more of these. I will probably start really complaining about this for departments that don't have them in a month or two, so if you don't want me complaining, figure it out. Open leadership positions, not much. I'm leaving this slide in here because it just feels like a link that everyone should have, but honestly, there's nothing to apply for right now.
But they can still apply for guest relations.
Well, you can. Departments in need of staff, operations mentioned they do, volunteers is not in this list either, but they do. I mean, most of our departments do, frankly.
Please put me on there.
Alright. Send me an email, because I'm not gonna
Okay.
update this thing if you don't send me an email.
Okay, can do.
So yeah, if you want your name added to this list, do send me an email. I do think there is a general trend of several departments that very much need people to do overnight hours. So if you have night owl friends, it's time to start dragging them onto our staff, because
It's not really friendship if you don't force them to join conventions.
Already did.
for some reason, the young people these days don't seem to stay up all night, which confuses the heck out of me.
What?
I know, it's weird, but it just doesn't seem to be a thing the same way it used to be. So it's harder to find people who want to work those late
Everyone's
hours.
getting older. Going to bed at 8 p.m.
I mean, I kind of blame COVID for some of it, but.
Listen, man, they need to do what we did our time.
Some of us still do it.
I still.
I don't know what you're
But we
talking
don't
about.
need to we didn't talk about it.
All right, the thing I am going to complain to people about, leadership contact form. I have been talking about this for several months, and I looked at it the other day, and there are very few people on it. Please, for real, go into the leadership contact form. It is in the all staff shared drive. It is not hard to find. If you are a head, a subhead, an admin, anything with a name next to you, please do go in and add your preferred contact information. This thing is not useful unless people actually go fill it out. Yeah, that just seems to make it prettier. There's put up to 3 contact versions in it. The form is in the forms directory. There's a link for it. I am setting a deadline on this too, since I know sometimes that makes it easier when I just say, do this. You're like, I will someday. So please do this by Thanksgiving. I will be, again, griping at people if they have not done that. If that date passes. Budgets have been returned. You probably mostly know that already. Not everybody here's ahead, so maybe you don't. Budget has been finalized and approved by the ATC board twice. thank you again to departments. There were very, very few that we had to chase down and ask for any more information. They were generally very, very well filled out and very reasonable. There were not a lot of things we had to say no to, and generally we said no, and we said, because we already have it, or we can make this happen some other way, was generally what we did. So, your division head should have sent you these, unless it's Ken's. Events-based decisions are still being made. There is a little bit more on that shortly. It's not the next slide actually on mine because I changed my slide order around. Mostly, what's in the Hyatt is mostly not changing. A few people need offices and they will get them, I promise. I'm gonna figure that out shortly. The big event-based that we're needing to figure out is the Sheraton. More on that. Good more on that shortly. Also. And the same thing as I said a month ago, if you are just now realizing that you do need event space that you have not already told the care team about, tell the care team about it very, very soon if you want that to actually. The different thing about budgets this year, our treasurer and our FOA are wonderful, and obviously they track all the money in and out, and they're very good at it. However, there are certain times, generally speaking, when you buy like a subscription over multiple years or something like that, where it can get a little confusing. Because treasurers need to track when the money comes in and when the money goes out. But you really want to know, and we really want to know when we're making budgets, what did you spend for this cycle? And so things are not necessarily tracked that same way in the treasurer stuff. Also, a whole lot of stuff that we spend money on as a convention gets stuck into one bill from Hyatt at the end of the year, and it's very hard to go through and sort out. We have tried, we figured out most of it, but there's still a few things that were like, it's really just hard to make all things line up.
It's like 60 pages of solid numbers, it's not fun.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
68.
Yeah. It was many hours, but I think both Dave and I spent looking at the thing last year, and probably this year again for Dave. I didn't do it. So, as you go through and you spend money, please do account for that on your own budget as well. So keep track of each line item, what you actually spent on it. We can help out with things like the number of hotel rooms that are finalized at the end of the year. We can do an accounting of that. It's Dave anyway, so you know it's Dave providing Dave information and then spreading it out to the rest of you. So we can do that, but that is something that we will expect you to be able to get back to us in April or May when this convention is done. And it will just help us be even clearer about the budget. We do really well here. We spend really responsibly, all of you do. We're a very good, responsible organization. But there just are a few things that honestly I feel like I'm hand waving when we put the budget together and going, it seems to be working out. And I'd like to avoid that as much as possible and really clarify, like, this is where each dollar is going and that we know. And it should also let us possibly say yes to more things if we know for sure where it's going and we're not worried about mystery tests.
Especially it helps us when you allocate one number for one thing, when your next number you suddenly double the amount. It makes us raise some questions about what's changed. Did prices go up? Do you need more of it? Just what is it?
Right. So that will very much help. I think, again, a lot of departments probably already are doing this. I know some are, but if you're not, please try to keep track of that as well. If you need help with that, we have a treasurer and an FOA that can help instruct you in easy ways to do it. And again, they do track it all. They do record it by line item. They do have this information. It's just something that maybe you have to check in with them every so often and go, hey, can you give me my own information back? The Sheraton. We're going to tour the Sheraton. So our next meeting, skipping ahead a little bit, will be Saturday, November 22nd at the Hyatt Regency. We get to have a couple of meetings there each year. It's in our contract, and so that is where the next staff meeting will be in November. The room has not been sorted out with Doug quite yet, but MK is working on that as well. So once she knows, then I'll know, and we'll. But we will be downtown. I know some people love that because, well, it's our hotel. It's cool. It's a great venue. And a lot of public transportation goes there. I know some of you don't like it because you have to pay for parking if you're going to take your own car there. So apologies, but I'm trying to give you the heads up at least the full month ahead so you can make whatever plan you can make.
Multiple of us are not together.
We have lost control.
Yeah. The problem is if we go the next week, it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And lots of people will not be there
Well,
if we do that.
they don't need it.
Detour in another way.
There. But yeah, so it's a Hyatt meeting. The other cool thing is the Sheraton is right across the street. And MK has set up a tour. It's only 3 event spaces. One of them is more than one room, so it's kind of hard to say rooms. But if you are interested in seeing the spaces that we do have at the Sheraton for this year, please join us. It starts at noon. That's not a ton of time, but again, it's only 3 spaces, so it couldn't really take us all that long to see them. The RDO, cosplay, programming, registration, accessibility, ops, and facilities and tech, that's a lot of terms, all have interest in checking out that space, so you already are expected to send a representative, or you certainly are welcome to send a representative. If any other departments are also interested in seeing those spaces, let us know. We don't want a massive group, but we can certainly, add another person or 2 to see that space. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Cool.
Mark just sent me an update, just finally got signal.
Okay. So Mark from marketing.
Yeah, so Fathom has 1 movie left, and they are going to, talk to them about doing the partnership again next year, because it seems like everything went really well. He is stating they need maybe 1 or 2 more staff, just to help out with marketing and social media. And if you need anything posted on social media, please use the form. It is in the forms directory.
It is now. It was crossed off, which is silly because it didn't actually change from last year. But yeah, it is now uncrossed off in the forms directory. So if you have social media requests or marketing requests generally, please do use the form. That was part of the meeting we had, was to clarify that is how they want it. Policy and committee did already mention this a little bit, and in fact I don't know if there's anything in this slide that's useful at all, other than we do have an email, gamecommittee@animedetour.com. So if you have questions for us or you want to join us, you can email and get more info. Get the Discord. Join staff. Yes, you have to do it again. I'm pretty sure everyone in this room has done it.
I've already seen 4 forms come in since this meeting
Yeah,
started.
really?
So.
Awesome. All right. This is why we put it in here every time. So yes, please do formally join staff on EventMe. There will be another announcement about staff stuff
If you're
next
a
week.
department head, please remind your staff to join staff.
Yeah, also a good thing to do. And I already said it, but the next meeting is at the Hyatt Regency. Hopefully you know where that is, but if you don't, it's 1300 Club Mall. Yeah.
Michaela just wanted to remind everybody that there's no outside food and drink at the
Oh, that is a good call. Yeah, so no doing this next month. Make sure that you take care of whatever food needs you have. That will be a bit of a drag for people doing the tour because that is noon to 3 that you're booked up. So eat in early one. Are there any other questions? Mark Hallberg is also on here now as our chair team member, but chair team still works to get all of us. I think there's chairman also works. I don't know. There's a few emails. If you type something close to that, is it? Yeah.
There's a lot.
Chair team is the one. What's that about?
Knights on the square table.
Any other questions from the room or from the online?
Question.
Yeah.
What's the inspiration behind, well, I don't think anyone is here that can answer it actually, but I was interested in the inspiration behind redoing like the logo and stuff.
I don't know.
I was about
I think
just
we've had the
realized.
same one for 25 years, and
Fair.
why not do something? 20-something years.
Yeah, I mean, it was already, I think, a rebrand of the ATC logo, and it was just like, well, we've also had the same Detour logo for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get with the times.
Fair.
I like our logo, but
I do too.
I also like new things. So.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what it is.
I submitted mine. Yeah, I don't think anybody from graphic design is big this year, so I don't know where they are in the review process. Presumably they are reviewing all the solutions now.
email or comment going, should we just email the chair team if they want to take part of the tour?
Yes,